Sheldon Castine at the Beaumont Lanes, just outside of beautiful downtown Rouse's Point. It's the 13th day of February 2006, and we're here for CVAC Varsity Bowling, featuring the Plattsburgh High School Hornets and the Northeastern Clinton Central School Cougars. We're right here, right now on Hometown Cable. The B boys are the first ones to start this evening. The A boys are still in the warm-up. They got another 2.5 minutes of warming up. We're going to start with the ladies tonight. It's the ladies' first night here on Hometown Cable. And we got Megan Fratton with a strike on the Cougar side, and over on the Plattsburgh side, it's Orzolak, Lindsay Orzolak with a 123 average. Friend has a 147 average. That brings up Kelsey Deso, who carries a 153 average for the Cougars. And Kelsey Deso had the very nice chore of handing Hometown Cable the contribution from the bowling team. A very nice contribution, and we appreciate that. And we hope Kelsey bowls at least at 220 in this game. She starts it with an open. Brings up Courtney Sheehan for Plattsburgh. Sheehan picks off 8, and Sarah Winters for the Cougars picks off 7. It's a 2-7 for Sheehan. Sheehan apparently still waiting for a ball. Looks like, yes, she did. Winters picked up her spare. And Sheehan will miss her spare, go to the left, and just picked off the 7. Now Erin Sorrell up for the Cougars. And Sorrell gets the right side of the rack. Stacy Steele up for the Hornets. Steele puts it in the gutter. The gutter ball. Here's Sorrell going for her spare. She will get it. She got a spare. Let's see. Winters carries a 149 average. Sorrell a 143. Stevens is up there right now. Carries a 191. As 189 average Danielle Tierney bowling her first ball. Excuse me, that was Stevens, not Steele. Stacy Steele has the 191 average. Here's Ryan. Ryan hits 9 pins. Tierney going for a spare. She does not pick it up. Stevens' name is Kayla Stevens. She was on my sheet as a sub, and she carries a 108 average. Looks like Katie Alger is missing from the Plattsburgh normal top 5. Here's Steele. She gets a strike to start things. And Orzolak. Here's a 1-2-8. Gets us to Megan Fratton, and she strikes. Lindsay O with the spare. Deso. Deso left a 2-4-5. It'll bring up Sheehan for Plattsburgh. She strikes. Kelsey Deso for the Cougars. And she spares. Kayla Stevens, very deliberate. Gutter ball for Stevens. Winters pounds it down there for a strike. Stevens going for her spare. And here's Sorrell. Sorrell strikes. Ryan for Plattsburgh. It's off just a 10 pin. Brings up Tierney for the Cougars. Tierney had an open into first. He knocks them all down that time. Cougar coach Kathy Young leading the cheers. 9 pins for Ryan. Steele finishing up the second frame. And she gets a strike. Now Lindsay O leading off the third. She leaves the 6-10. Megan Friend leaves the 1-2-8. Lindsay O is going to go to the right of the spare and miss them both. So it's 3:02 for Plattsburgh. Spare for Friend. Cougars with a slight lead. Sheehan makes it to the left. Leaves a 1-3-8. Diesel for the Cougars. It's a double. Check that. She had a spare last time, not a strike. Here's Sheehan going for her spare. She will miss it, but barely. Now Winters with a strike. That's a double for her. Stevens for the Hornets. This time the first ball stays on the lane. Here's Sorrell. Well, leaves a 1-2. Stevens will miss her spare, and so will Sorrell. This is Ryan for Plattsburgh. Leaves just the 2-pin. Tierney for the Cougars. Whoa! Who would have believed it? What you call a late strike. I'm sure Danielle Tierney's father, Jim Tierney, longtime manager here at the Beaumont, taught her that many years ago, back when he was still manager. Lindsay O with a strike for the Hornets. Steele looking to wrap up the third frame for the Hornets. She will slice over and just barely miss it. Now Sheehan for Plattsburgh in the fourth. 3 strikes. Friend for the Cougars. And Friend gets off 6 pins. We have Stevens throwing her first ball in the fourth. And Friend going for the spare. She's got it. Stevens will miss her spare. There's Diesel for the Cougars. And she triples. No, it's a double. I keep. Okay, I'm almost giving her one more strike than she has. Ryan up for the Hornets. Leaves a 7-pin. There's Winters. She was working on a double. Leaves the 1-2. Ryan going for her 7-pin. He will miss it. Winters misses her spare. After the double, it hurts. Here's Steele. Steele gets everything but the 6. Sorrell up for the Cougars. Leaves the 10 pin. Steele will cover her spare, gets the 10 pin, or the 6 pin. Sorrell with the spare. Friend starting the 5th frame for the Cougars. Starts it with a strike. Last game of the regular season here at the Walmart. Not sure if there's another match later in the week, but this is a Monday. The sectionals are Saturday. Kearney leaves a 1, 2, 4, 10. Diso in the 5th. She leaves the 5, 9. Kearney will, nope. Diso will miss her spare. Lindsay O leaves the 3 pin. Winters picks off 6 of them. Brings up Lindsay O, she's the lead bowler for the Hornets, and she picks up her spare. Winters misses the head pin. Now Sheehan for Plattsburgh. And Sorrell for the Cougars. 5:46 for Northeastern, 4:51 for the Hornets. Cougars with a 100 pin advantage. We're in the 5th frame. 9 pins for the frame and 9 pins for the frame. Stevens steps up now. And she gets a couple of pins. Bring up Tierney for the Cougars. And Tierney with a strike. There's Stevens. And Stevens will miss her spare, put it in the gutter. Ryan up now for Plattsburgh, and he puts it in a similar spot. Coach Shepard giving instructions. Eight for the frame. There's Steele. Finishing off the 5th, and she leaves a 2 pin on her first ball. Lindsay O will start the 6th frame. And she'll start it with 9 pins, leaving the 5. It's a spare. Stevens and Lindsay O going to have an open. Brand working on a strike will start the 6th for the Cougars. She gets her 4th strike of the game. Sheehan had an open in the 5th. And she gets a strike in the 6th. Diesel steps up and leaves the 6 pin. Diesel with the spare. There's Winters. She leaves 2 pins. Stevens going for her spare. This might have it. Nope. Left a 9. I think she needed a little more muscle in that one. Winters picks her spare up. Ryan for the Hornets. Leaves a 7 pin. 6:02. 5:33, so a little closer than it was a while ago. Here's Sorrell. 3 strikes. Ryan will miss her spare. And Nell Tierney carries a 189 average. She's working on a strike. She leads a 7. Steele carries a 191 average. Stacy Steele. Tierney will miss her spare. One in the gutter. Coach Young correcting the score. Whoa, nice spare for Steele. Now Lindsay O will start the 7th. And she leaves a couple of pins. Friend leaves 4 pins. Looks like 2-7. Nope. Nope, a 7-8. 7-8. Lefty 8. Bren will miss her. Yes, she picked it up. A little action there that knocked them down. They hit them hard to get the extra bounce here and there. Diso leaves the 10 pin. We're in the 7th frame. There's Sheehan. And Sheehan leaves a little 1, 2, 8, 10. Diso will pick up her spare. There's Sheehan. Sheehan gets 9 for the frame. Winters for the Cougars. She strikes. Stevens for the Hornets. He gets 6. Sorrell for the Cougars. She gets 4. Stevens will go first. And she picks it up. Nice job by Stevens. Here's Sorrell. She will not get hers. Left to 1-3. Ryan up for Plattsburgh. Leaves the 2-4-7. Tierney up for the Cougars. Leaves the 1-2. Ryan, nope. Picked off the 2, didn't get the other. The 4 and a 7. Here's Tierney. She'll leave the head pin. Steele. Steele leaves double wood. This is the 2-8. A while back I said there were 2 double woods, or actually 3. There's the 2-8, the 3-9, and of course the 1-5, which I hadn't thought about. There's Steele. But off the back one. At the moment, 7:20 to 6:19. Cougars back up by 100. Friend got in the 8th for the Cougars with 9 pins. Lindsay O had 7 for her frame in the 8th. Friend puts it in the gutter. Sheehan just got 1 for her first ball here in the 8th. They can pick up the spare, and she will not do it. Leaves the 3 pin. Diso leaves the 6-10. There's Stevens. Stevens gets the 10 pin. Diso will pick up her spare. Winters gets 6 pins here in the 8th. Stevens going for her spare. Leaves 2, gets 8 for the frame. There's Winters. A little action off the wall, but the 6-pin was untouched. And there's Ryan. He's got a split. 3-7. And Sorrell leaves a 3-6. In the gutter for Ryan. Here comes Jim Daly's favorite bowler. He gets 9 pins. Steal. She gets a strike.
About a good quality shot.
Tierney up. You're watching viewer-supported local television, hometown cable. Appreciate the bowling team from Northeastern making a contribution to keep this program coming. Friend leaves a 10. There's Tierney looking for a spare. She's got it. She's got it. On that one. And Friend misses the 10. Lindsay O in the 9th for the Hornets. With a strike. Diso for the Cougars. Left the 9-pin. Here's Sheehan. And Diso. Diso with a spare. Winters gets a late drop and a strike. Sheehan waiting for her ball. Sorrell gets just a couple on the right. Sheehan gets 2 of them. Sorrell left the 2-pin. Stevens up for the Hornets. 7-10, all right. We haven't had too many of those this year. Tierney leaves the 4. So one of these days we're going to get a 7-10 split on tape. I don't think Stevens is the one that's going to do it, because she hasn't put enough push behind that ball to send that 10 over or the 7 over. But she's going to put it in the gutter. But had she hit it, it wouldn't have had enough to get over and knock the 10 over. Tierney spared. Here's Ryan. Ryan leaves the 4. At the moment, it's 8:59 to 6:91. Cougars lead. Ryan will pick up her spare. A steal for Plattsburgh. And Lindsay O ready to start the 10th. Steal with a strike. Now starting the 10th frame. Lindsay O leaves 6-10, 6-7, 4-7, 4-7. And Friend for the Cougars. Left a jiggling 8. Lindsay O leaves the 7-pin, has an open. Well, gives her a 126. Here's Friend. Friend will get an open in the 10th also. But she has a decent game of 175. To get that much, you want a little bit more, though you hate to get that open. Here's Sheehan. Let's see. Lindsay O, she had a 123 average, so she was a little bit above her average. Friend carries a 147, so she was 19 pins over her average. Here's Diso. Diso with a strike. Sheehan going for her spare. And she misses it. She has an open. There's Diso with her first fill ball. She'd probably like to strike out, but she won't do it. A 119 for Sheehan. Stevens gets 6 pins. Here's Diso's final fill ball. Oh, nice try. Is there a very good 180. Diso carries a 153 average. There's Stevens, who carries a 108 average. He has an open here in the 10th. And Winters leads a 4-7. Stevens is under her average, finishes with a 72. Ryan leaves a 1-2-4. Winters with a spare. Ryan will pick up the spare nicely. I got a ball from Coach Shepard to do it. Here's Winters, her fill ball, and she gets 3 or 2. There's Ryan's fill ball, and she gets 7 with it. So we'll have to check it after the scoreboard clears up. There we go. We got Winters total. It's a 163. Winters carries a 149 average. So all 3 of the Cougars in the first part of the lineup are over their average. Sorrell gets 9 pins. Steele up for the Hornets. Ryan, who carries a 165 average, had a 115, well below her average. Sorrell is going to put it in the gutter. So she's going to end up well below her average with a 121. She carries a 143 average. Here's Steele, who carries that 191. She puts it in the gutter. So she'll end up with a 178, 13 pins under her average. Tierney, everybody on Plattsburgh under their average. Tierney gets 9 pins. The B-boys have started. We'll rush right over there as soon as we're done here. Tierney spares. There's the totals for Plattsburgh. 798 with handicap. Cougars have a 947. Before Tierney bowls her fill ball. She can get a 156 here with a strike. She'll get a 155, I believe. Yep. So that's it from the girls' match. Tierney well below her 189 average. We're going to move over to the boys. B already in progress. Don't go away. Adam Bayshard with a spare. This is the third bowler for the Cougars. Now let's see, we got Ledoux for Plattsburgh. Let's see who that is. That's Jeremy Ledoux. We've got Noggle for the Cougars. Noggle gets 7 pins. And then I'll bring up Gates, Norman Gates. Gates picks off 3 pins. Noggle going for his spare. And he leaves a 3-pin. Gates going for his spare. He'll pick it up. And we got Paul Cat for the Cougars. And And he strikes. It's the boys B. Scott Johnston due up for Plattsburgh. And Kurt Ray about to start the second frame for Plattsburgh in lane 16. And he leaves a, we'll see. Looks like the 4-6 with the 4-6. Here's Johnston going for his spare. Johnston will pick it up. Here's Ray going for the 4-6, then he puts it in the gutter. That moves us over to the Cougars' lead bowler. It's Derek Norton. Norton up for the Cougars. Is this 7-pin there? I didn't notice if the 7-pin was there. Here's pin missing. Somebody caught it. Kathy Young caught it. Coach caught it. I thought that 7-pin wasn't there. So she's going to reset it. Wants her team to win, but she wants to win fair. No matter how much he waved at it, the ball wouldn't go over. That was, what was that? The lead bowler for, is it Lemaire for Plattsburgh. Norton says, see? There's Ledoux for the Hornets. Leaves 6-10. There's a Roberts for the Cougars. Leaves the 5-pin. Ledoux for Plattsburgh. He leaves them both. Okay, the averages for the Hornets right after Roberts with a false start. You go ahead, Mr. Gates. See, Norman Gates carries a 158.76. He is just a hair behind Kurt Ray, who carries a 158.92. So 0.76, 0.92 sounds like something you'd see in the Olympics. Not close in the competition. Scott Johnston a 154, Jeremy Ledoux a 150, and Kyle Lemaire a 135. And an open for Plattsburgh. On the Cougar side, as we have Bayshard stepping up. He strikes. B-boys for Plattsburgh. Adam Bayshard a 153, Derek Norton a 118, Dylan Roberts a 146, Mike Noggle a 143, and Nick Paquette a 154. There's Noggle. He gets 9 pins. Noggle will spare. Johnston up for Plattsburgh. And Johnston with the strike. Once again, only 9 pins in the rack, so we gotta find a 7-pin. Reset it again. Meanwhile, Norton will start the 3rd frame for the Cougars. He hops down and leaves the 5-pin. Barely left it. Here's Paquette. And Paquette gets 6 pins. Norton will miss the spare. Paquette misses his spare. Roberts for the Cougars. Leaves the 5-pin. Ray double wood. There's Roberts. Is it in the gutter? Ray going after the 3-9. And he misses it. Lemaire steps up and leaves the 10 pin. Now base yard for the Cougars. He strikes. There's Lemaire. No, Lemaire by a hair. Noggle up for the Cougars. Noggle misses his spare. Ledoux for Plattsburgh. Leaves just a 9. Paquette picks off 7. Open and an open. This is Gates. Leaves a 7 pin. You got it. You got it. Stayed on the rail. Ray for Plattsburgh. Leaves the 4-7. Ray will pick up his spare. 395 to 340. Cougars have the 395. There's Johnston. And Lemaire. Lemaire leaves the 3. Johnston misses his spare. Lemaire gets his. Norton starting the 4th for the Cougars with a strike. Wasn't a pretty strike, but it's a strike. There's Ledoux. He's the 5-9. 405 for the Cougars. Roberts with a strike. And Ledoux for Plattsburgh. He misses the spare. 376 to 415. Here's Bayshard for Northeastern. Leaves a 1-2 4-10. Gates for Plattsburgh. Leaves a 3-5. Bayshard will miss the spare. Leaves a 10. Gates will pick up his spare. There's Noggle for Northeastern. He's a 4-6-7. And Johnston for Plattsburgh. He leaves a 4-7. Good try by Noggle, trying to pick up that 6. There's Johnston. And Paquette for the Cougars. With a strike. Norton. Norton leading off the 5th with 6 pins. Here's Ray leading off the Hornets 5th. He leaves the 10 pin. Norton Gets 8 for the frame. Roberts. There's the 1-2-4. Ray going for his spare. Will pick it up. No, he missed it. He missed it. Lemaire throws that marble down and gets 7 pins. Roberts will miss the spare. Lemaire misses the spare. And Bayshard gets 7 pins on his first ball. Bayshard throws it in the gutter. Ledoux's got a reset here. He's only got 9 pins. Noggle up for the Cougars. He yanks it to the right. There's Ledoux with a full rack. Noggle misses his spare. Ledoux leaves the 8 pin. Paquette gets 6 in his first ball. We're in the 5th frame. Here's Gates. He strikes. Haven't seen a lot of them this game. For the frame for Paquette. Johnston up to Plattsburgh. Leaves the 5. Ray will start the 6th for the Hornets. This is the B team. We'll end up with the A's today. There's Johnston. He missed it by a bit. Ray. He got it. He picked it up. Norton bounces it down and gets 3 pins or 2 pins. He got 3. There's Lemaire. He gets 9 pins. And 6 pins for the frame for Norton. Lemaire with the spare. There's Roberts. There's the 1-2. Roberts leaves the 3. And 7 pins for this fellow. Ledoux for Plattsburgh. Here's Bayshard for the Cougars. That's the 2-8-5, 2-5-8. Ledoux picks up his spare. Bayshard will pick up his spare. There's Gates for Plattsburgh. He strikes. Over to Noggle for Northeastern. This is Johnston for Plattsburgh. Noggle. Missed the spare. There's Johnston. And Johnston left a 10 pin. Good try. Paquette for the Cougars. Left a 6-10. And starting the 7th frame for Northeastern is Norton. He bounces it down there and leaves just the head pin. There's Paquette. He will pick up the spare. Norton will miss the head pin. Ray starting the 7th for Plattsburgh. Gets 8 of them, leaves the 3-9 double wood. Roberts gets 6 pins. Ray will miss the back pin. Roberts will miss 2 of them. Here's Lemaire for the Hornets. Left the 4 pin. Bayshard for the Cougars. He left the 2 pin. Lemaire will pick it up. Bayshard will pick it up. Now here's Ledoux. And here's Noggle. Noggle with a strike. Ledoux going for a spare. He's got it. Paquette. His first ball in the 7th is a strike. Gates. Gates leaves the 5-9. Apparently, Paquette had a short rack, so he's got to redo it, and he does. He does it with a full rack. Johnston up for Plattsburgh. Rides the rail, gets 3. Here's Ray. Ray gets the strike. Johnston in the 7th. Will not pick up the spare. Lemaire, ready to go in the 8th. And he strikes. Four pins for Norton, brings up Ledoux for Plattsburgh. And Ledoux strikes. Nice try, left to 5-8. Roberts for the Cougars. It's 9 pins. Here's Gates. He gets 9 pins. Roberts, of course, had 8 pins. I think I said 9. He's got 7 pins, actually. He gets it, including a double wood. Gates covers his spare. It's a very close match. We'll look at that scoreboard in a moment. Here's Bayshard. He strikes. And here's Johnston for Plattsburgh. And he gets 7 for the first ball. Let's see, over here we have 668 for the Cougars. As we have Noggle putting it in the gutter. 668 to 681. Plattsburgh is a bowler or 2 ahead of the Cougars. And a spare for Johnston. Noggle picks up the spare the hard way. So it's 684 or 688 with that spare. Here's Norton leading off the 9th for the Cougars. Finishing up the 8th is Paquette. Paquette will put it in the gutter, miss his spare. Roberts up for Northeastern. Roberts lefty, 3-6-10. He's going for it, and he's got it. Now Bayshard for Northeastern. Bayshard with a strike. Ray up. That's a double for Bayshard. Here's Ray for Plattsburgh. He strikes. Oh, the double for Ray. Noggle was up. He'll wait for Lemaire. There's Noggle. Noggle left to 4-6. Lemaire going for a spare. He might pick it up. He did. Ledoux for Plattsburgh. There's a pin in the gutter on the 16th lane. It's waiting there. Meanwhile, here's Ledoux. Gates up for Plattsburgh. Gates with the spare. Lago going for a spare. Now Johnston finishing up the 9th for Plattsburgh. And Paquette for the Cougars. Paquette leaves Doublewood. Johnston leaves a pin. And Doublewood for Paquette. Well, gets us to the 10th in a close match. There's Norton with a strike. It was 778 to 776 before he threw that. That's a double for him. Here's Ray. Ray is working on a double. Well, the Cougars coming into the 10th with a 2-pin lead. Everybody needs to mark on both sides. Here's Ray. He will miss it. Final fill ball. And nice try for Norton. So let's see. Ray finishes with a 137. Here's Lemaire. Lemaire gets about 4. And a 152 for Bayshard. Who's the leadoff bowler? Bayshard, I guess. Going for his spare. He will miss it. And a spare for Roberts. Oh no, Norton was the Cougars' first bowler. He's a 118 average, so he's above his average. There's Ledoux. Let's see here. We got 137 and a 126. Lemaire carries a 135 average. Roberts gets 7 on his fill ball. Ray carries a 158.9. Ledoux here carries a 150. Norton, as we said, a 118. Roberts a 146. Spare. 818 to 839. Here's Bayshard. Bayshard leaves a 1-2-4. Ledoux throwing his fill ball. Gets set 8. 8. No wiggling. No wiggler. 8. No wiggler. Bayshard picks up the spare. 133 of the total, 829 to 866. Here's Gates picking off 5 pins. Bayshard's fill ball with a strike. Well, Roberts finished with a 152 or 122. Bayshard gets a 187, I guess. There's Noggle. 187 for Bayshard. 161 for Scott Johnston. Here's Johnston now. He's up. Oh, it was Norman Gates. Just finished before him. Noggle gets an open in the 10th. So Noggle ends with a 117. Noggle carries a 143 average. Adam Bayshard a 153. Here's Johnston. Johnston will miss his spare. So he's finished. He gets a 114, 849 team total. Cougars with an 884. Johnston carries a 154 average. Hawkett with a strike. Hawkett throwing his first fill ball. And he gets 8 pins. 9-12 now for Northeastern. Final ball in the second game. Hawkett will pick up the spare. Gives him a 141, I believe. And Cougars take it by about 70 pins. A boys are a little bit behind. We'll wait till they catch up and we'll cover the A's game 3. sheet here, Cody Hampton is written in where Caleb was, so I'm not sure if, and then Caleb was written in up here with a 170 average. Cody has 78 and Caleb has the 158. Nyland up starting the second frame for the Hornets.